Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, the 5th of November, 2024. Remember the 5th of November. I've taken no notes. I have no scripts up or anything like that that I want to share. This is all going to be off the cuff. When I think about the 5th of November, it's not just that it's it's election day. God help us. But also, I think about Bill Cooper and Guy Fawkes and so many other political conspiracies out there. And how there are some people that have tried to share the reality of the world and the truth for hundreds, if not thousands, of years, and most of them, or a large majority of them, end up meeting untimely deaths at the hands of people that are trying to cover this shit up. I wish I was making it up, but I'm not. Which is why being in this industry of the whistleblowers. Can a lot of times, because what I'm sharing has gotten other people, whatever, right? So, but I don't care, because this is some kind of a video game anyways. I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to go onto my Instagram because I haven't been online for about a week, and but I still had shared things. So I was in Vegas for almost a week. It was work and play, well, work prospects, and so including a business dinner that was hours long, very interesting, but I can't talk about it. So I don't know if this is something that I shared before I left, but it's very pertinent to what's going on with weather modifications and geoengineering. And I was just about Peanut the squirrel. That was sad. I'm gonna go back to a week ago. It just kicked me out. Post a lot.
I did radio.
Okay. Well, let's see.
1983, I did radio tomography with 30 watts, looking for oil in the ground. 26 oil wells over a 9-state area, and 100% of the time was accurate, with just 30 watts of power beaming straight into solid rock. HARP uses 1 billion watts. Beam straight into the ionosphere for experiments. Picture these strings on the piano as layers of the earth. Each one has its own frequency. What to do is beam radio waves into the ground, and it would vibrate any strings that were present in the ground. We might get a sound back like, and we'd say, that's natural gas. We might get a sound back like, and we say that's crude oil. We were able to identify each frequency. We accomplished this with just 30 watts of radio power. If you do this with 2 billion watts, the vibrations are so violent, the entire piano would shake. In fact, the vibrations get so severe underground that could even cause an earthquake.
All right.
1983, I did radio tomography.
Because he was talking about rocks, and I did. I'm not going to stop sharing. I'll just expand myself. Nope. That's the opposite of what I wanted to do. I went to Vegas, but we also rented a vehicle, and I did quite a bit of exploration into the area, including Red Rock and Charleston, Mount Charleston, that area. Mary Jane Trail was going to go up that way. But anyways, we ended up doing a lot of exploration, and this is one of the rocks I found in that area. See, this to me looks like possibly the knot from a tree, some kind of a tree again that was petrified. Whatever happened to make them rock like that substance. And I've also said that that eat like the sap from various trees are things like gold, platinum, etc., etc. These are all the blood of trees, and various trees have different saps, different colors, different consistencies, you name it. And I also was able to pick up a piece of amber that was still on a tree within the bark that was solidified or hardened. And yet again, this is tree sap, tree blood, and there's different colors, like I've said and reiterated, like red, greens, the oranges. And at different temperatures and pressures, they become different things, including possibly correlated with lava and volcanoes. I know that sounds conspiratorial, but I just wanted to get that other way. Oh, it's friggin' bringing me back, eh? Annoying. Work with me, please.
The Earth.
They have been exposed to what I was exposed to.
So last week, 1983.
Good morning, Mayor and Commissioners. Over the last 8 years, I've spoken in front of the Orlando City Council, the Orlando Utilities Board, and my state representatives in this room, actually, in regards to water fluoridation. I explained how fluoride is a neurotoxin that lowers the IQ of children and how the practice was really... Good morning, Mayor and Commissioners.
So I'm not going to show the full thing for this one, but I think I've shared this over the years, and I have countless videos on this. Fluoride, finally, the neurotoxin in federal courts. I've responded and reached out to people within Canada that are still trying to promote the fluoridization of our water systems. And again, this is for money. These are politicians and elected officials. However they were elected. I don't know how they're not fired. I don't know, but people pushing this, that again, they're not looking at the real data, and it's. But again, I've shared previous videos on that. Oh, I also went to O. That was very interesting. Shared my.
Good morning, Mayor and Commissioner.
Okay, so Jennifer Lee from CBC, again, leftist media getting funded by the pharmaceutical complex, the international pharmaceutical complex. This dummy from Calgary still pushing COVID and flu shots, and so many other politicians are as well. And so I shared with her something that I shared over 2 years ago to other people. But again, I've been sharing this information for years, for 4.5 years or more. Again, this was just one that I just looked at because I was in Vegas. I was just looking at my phone, like, what's my last sent message with all the data in it? Here you go. And so she's not going to look at this, but I said, your journalism is false and misleading to the Canadian public. Read the attached data. So again, you don't have to be crazy or sound upset or anything when you're sharing information to people. It can be short and succinct, and then just get the data. They look at it, probably not, because they're lazy, clearly. Because I mean, it's been over 4.5 fucking years. This girl is still pushing this shit. Mind blown. Not really, because it's not a surprise anymore. So I shared this with her. All I did was just, this was me like in my hotel room. Stayed at the Bellagio. It was amazing. But I just break in the room for whatever reason, and all I'm doing is just pulling up the VAERS. It took me not even 5 minutes, and I'm just screen capturing VAERS to show how silly she is. For like not even silly. Like the misinformation and disinformation is alarming, and there's people still getting arrested that are sharing the truth and trying to expose the truth that are getting arrested for misinformation and disinformation because they're sharing actual data to people like this that are not even looking at it because their minds are made up, and they're in these echo chambers, and they reinforce their own biases, and they look at clippets of memes and sound bites to get from CNN, Fox, to get their data, looking at their own research. They're not thinking critically. They're not looking at different materials, different resources. And this is where we're at. So I just shared with her the screen capture. This is from VAERS from the UK alone. It's from over 2.5 years ago. This was reported, and only 3 to 5%. Actually, wait, I got to do something here.